Grade 11, Unit 3, Memory. The word memory has three non-technical meanings. 1. Something that we remember, for example, a name, a number, a color, or a taste. 2. The ability to remember or recall something, as in, yes, I remember that poem, and 3. The period of time that somebody is able to remember events, as in, a frightful storm in recent memory. Technically, all books on psychology would say that there are three kinds of memory. 1. Episodic memory, 2. Semantic memory, and 3. Procedural memory. Episodic memory. This is our memory of events, situations, and places of our past. For instance, when we are asked about our first day at school, we think back and try to recall how old we were, who took us to school, what the name of the school was, whether we cried silently or aloud, etc. Similarly, when wishing to talk about a memorable family vacation, we draw upon our episodic memory to recall as much as possible all the details of that vacation. Semantic memory. This memory refers to all of our knowledge of the world around us. For instance, we know that cats and dogs are four-legged animals, but at the same time we know that they are not the same. In the same way, we know that milk, coffee, and tea are liquid, but one is different from the other two. We also know that fire is hot and ice is cold. Then, we are taught and we learn that 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 3 leaves 2. The molecular formula for water is H2O. The chemical formula for the common salt is NaCl. And many, many more. Procedural memory. This memory helps us perform skills such as riding a bicycle, or driving a car, playing the guitar or the piano, playing tennis, badminton, golf, soccer, etc., and baking a cake or arranging flowers. In most cases, we just do not forget as we tend to an episodic or semantic memory. At most, our ability to perform those skills declines as we advance in years, and maybe one day we just do not have the strength to perform at all. Books on psychology also point out that there are short-term memory and long-term memory. For instance, when we are following a lecture, we store the incoming information in our short-term memory as we jot down notes as fast as we can. Then, when we can find time later, we go over our notes, link up the points and memorize them to store the information in our long-term memory. The diagram below should help you understand better the notions of short-term memory and long-term memory. From what has been presented so far, it should be quite plain to us that our memory is just like the database of a computer where a large amount of information on a large variety of subjects is stored and used as and when necessary. Without a database, the computer is useless. Similarly, without memory, we would be utterly helpless and useless. Just imagine how frustrated and upset we get when we cannot remember where we have put our car keys. Put yourself in the place of a student taking an examination, and imagine he cannot recall a thing he has studied. You will then be able to understand how helpless he would feel. There is another role that memory plays in our lives. Very often, we take a stroll down memory's lane, figuratively speaking, and go through various emotional states. Sometimes, we smile when we remember something pleasant, or frown when we recall something unpleasant. Thus, depending on what we happen to remember, our memories may be sweet or bitter.